Episode 56 LU November 19, 2023. $8.8 million to NESCAUM to measure wood stove pollution and the oxymoron burnwise. $8.8 million to NESCAUM. This can be a game changer. The Biden administration has awarded $8.8 million to measure pollution from wood stoves, to an agency independent of the federal government, for instance independent of the Environmental Protection Agency, which has unfortunately overseen a failed wood stove program from 1988 to 2023, allowing highly polluting wood stoves to be certified safe when the majority or perhaps all of those EPA-certified wood stoves emit pollution that affects near neighbors' health adversely and directly causes early deaths. The independent agency is Northeast States for Coordinated Air Management, NESCAUM. NESCAUM already works on the issue of wood-burning pollution. https://www.nescaum.org/r-work/stationary-sources from the NESCAUM website. NESCAUM works regionally and nationally on issues related to the use of wood for thermal energy for residential, commercial, and institutional applications. Specific areas of focus include test method development, inventory analysis, emission factor development, and policy strategies. ROSEP View. The drawback to giving money to NESCAUM is that NESCAUM has used wood stove vendor information in slides from the wood stove vendor group Burnwise in NESCAUM's training materials in the past. Burnwise, when referring to solid fuel burning, wood and coal burning, is an oxymoron. From a Google search, quick summary of oxymorons. An oxymoron is a figure of speech in which two contradictory words are put side by side to form a phrase. Examples include jumbo shrimp, organized mess, and crash landing, or burn wise. Oxymorons are used for multiple reasons, whether it be to add a dramatic effect, illustrate a rhetorical point, make an audience ponder, or make them laugh. ROSEP View. Burnwise uses the words burn and wise side by side, not consciously as an oxymoron, but simply stupidly, not wisely to benefit human health. The wood stove vendors pressing the point that they feel free to promote burning wood rather than promoting true clean energy like wind and solar, which emit no appreciable particulates, and rather than promoting heat pumps that work at 40 degrees below zero Fahrenheit. The two temperature scales of Fahrenheit and centigrade briefly coincide. At 40 degrees below zero, so 40 degrees below zero is the same at Fahrenheit and centigrade, a fun fact to tell your friends or use when playing Jeopardy! The website Doctors and Scientists Against Wood Stove Pollution has written extensively about the efforts of wood stove industry lobbyists to successfully force the loopholes into the wood stove certification program that allow most or perhaps all wood stoves certified by the federal government's EPA to be highly polluting. https://www.dsawsb.org/about from the TSOP website. Doctors and Scientists Against Wood Smoke Pollution, DSAWSP, is an international coalition of doctors, scientists, and other professionals who are dedicated to reducing harm to human health and our climate by decreasing wood burning. ROSEP View. It is also true that burning wood is highly polluting and it is better to not burn wood in the first place, rather than attempting carbon capture after the fact. Recently, smog abatement towers in India were found to be ineffective, after much expense was expended in India for their use. Expensive carbon capture's attempts are akin to closing the barn door after all the horses have made it out the open barn door. Another interesting fact to relate to friends and neighbors is that the United States subsidizes with tax dollars both money-losing and highly polluting wood-burning power plants and even more expensive carbon capture technologies for these power plants, which have proven over decades of research efforts and tax dollars to continue to be prohibitively expensive and unsuccessful. Wood-burning power plants have replaced coal-burning power plants in an attempt for nations to look successful in slowing climate change and attempt to meet the United Nations climate goals of slowing climate change. This is a fool's errand to replace coal burning with wood burning, since wood burning emits more PM2.5 and CO2 than coal burning. In the residential sector, wood burning also emits 450 times the PM2.5 than natural gas burning. Wood burning is 90% PM2.5, particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Not to overpromise at this early stage, but there is also a game changer concurrently being developed here at Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, ROSEP or RAWSE Presidents, website https://rossepresidents.wordpress.com. ROSEP members are meeting with representatives of the federal government's Department of Energy in an expert match. The government experts are helping ROSEP with supportive data for the grant. ROSEP is writing to provide 1. Purple Air PM 2.5 monitors to any near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner who complains that indoor residential wood burning emissions are entering the near neighbor's yard and sickening them, and 2. Providing heat pumps that work at temperatures down to 40 degrees below zero Fahrenheit or centigrade, and which also work as air conditioners, if they replace wood stoves and wood stove owners pledge not to burn wood again. Those are the bare bones of the grant proposal at this stage. The government experts have asked ROSEP to collect information about potential exchanges of heat pumps for wood stoves. ROSEP members will collect in-person information about wood stove use and wood stove users who would like to make the exchange of wood stoves for heat pumps, and ROSEP will also collect information through forms on the https://rossipresidents.wordpress.com website starting in December. ROSEP will also offer downloads of the Excel files of the ROSEP template. With the ROSEP template, Purple Air PM 2.5 monitor owners can easily and quickly calculate the percentage of time in a 3-day period where PM 2.5 levels are above National Ambient Air Quality Standards, NOx, set by the EPA, 12 micrograms per cubic meter annually, 25 micrograms per cubic meter, hopefully the standard in 2024 in a 24-hour period, and 35 micrograms per cubic meter currently in use by the EPA as the standard in a 24-hour period. Also, training videos about use of the ROSEP template and videos about coast-to-coast calculations of PM 2.5 above NOx will be on the website itself, rather than only on YouTube. https://www.youtube.com/@rossipresidents4370/videos and TikTok https://www.tiktok.com/@rossipresidents or presented only on Spotify podcasts. https://open.spotify.com/show/32hfc477gedbqatsu82l or other podcasts such as Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Prime Podcasts, Castbox and Pocket Cast for smartphones. For those unfamiliar with the website, there will continue usually daily wood smoke pollution news, comment and compilations URLs as PDFs and posts, as well as games such as Climate Jeopardy, Untwist It and The Fox Owns the Forest card game, and printable flyers about wood smoke pollution. Vermont. EPA awards $8.8 million to measure pollution from wood stoves and heaters in Northeast Vermont. Business Magazine. November 17, 2023. Wood heating devices. Data collected will help create a ranked listing of. Studies estimate that residential wood smoke emissions account for. Residential wood heating, RWH, emissions contribute to increased ambient particulate matter, PM, concentrations. EPA awards $8.8 million to measure pollution from wood stoves and heaters in Northeast. November 17, 2023. Excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The Inflation Reduction Act award will fund independent testing of harmful pollution from wood stoves and wood heater devices to inform cleaner, healthier options. Vermont Business Magazine. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has announced a direct award of $8.8 million through President Biden's Investing in America agenda to Northeast states for coordinated air use management, NESCAUM, and a nationwide network of partner air agencies, including in Alaska, Washington, and Idaho. The grant is provided by President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, the largest climate investment in history, and will support independent testing and data analysis of emissions from new models of wood stoves and wood heating devices. Data collected will help create a ranked listing of appliance performance for certified wood heater models available at retail stores in the United States. This ranking will help consumers and air agencies make decisions about changing out old dirty wood stoves for cleaner models or switching to other heating options. Studies estimate that residential wood smoke emissions account for 10,000 to 40,000 premature deaths annually in the United States, said Joseph Goffman, Principal Deputy Assistant Administrator for the Office of Air and Radiation. Through this investment, under President Biden's Investing in America agenda, we will help improve our understanding of residential wood smoke so we can better address emissions that primarily impact disadvantaged communities in rural areas. Residential wood heating, RWH, emissions contribute to increased ambient particulate matter, PM, concentrations. In some areas, they cause substantial fine particle, PM 2.5, concentrations, including rural, underserved communities where air quality may not meet air quality standards for PM 2.5. Information gained from this grant will inform state, local, tribal, and regional decision-making on wood heater change-out programs. The data will also help EPA determine Clean Air Act emissions limits in a new wood heater standard, which could lower wood heater emissions and improve air quality for areas across the country. For more information, please visit EPA's website for air grants and funding. Background. Section 60105(d) of the Inflation Reduction Act provides funding for testing and other agency activities to address emissions from wood heaters. NESCAUM, a longtime leader in addressing wood heater emissions, provided public comment during EPA's public outreach on the Inflation Reduction Act. The organization submitted a plan to collaborate with state, local and tribal air agencies in testing emissions from residential wood heating devices. NESCAUM has a history of forming coalitions and partnerships with states, local agencies, and tribal nations around the country. Source: Boston, November 17, 2023, U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Learn more about EPA Region 1, https://www.epa.gov/about-EPA/EPA-region-1-New-England, Tennessee, Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, Dollywood. Burning during burn bans could send you to jail. WVLT It's something pigeon. We don't want them burn. https://www.wbir.com/article/news/local/wildfire/pigeon-forge-fire-C-B-C44-4F055-059C176-4B. This is very serious. Pigeon Forge and Sevier County Fire Departments urge safety after increased risk of wildfires. With several fires popping up across the county, the state has issued a burn ban. November 18, 2023. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity and relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Sevier County, Tennessee. With fires popping up across the county, the Sevier County and Pigeon Forge fire chiefs are urging people to be smart in a drought period. The state has issued a burn ban across the county. There are several things people can do to protect their property. They need to be looking around their home and making sure that they have blown the leaves and debris away from their homes, Sevier County Fire Chief David Pickett said. Pigeon Forge Fire Chief Tony Watson said the public needs to do their part to keep fires from starting. The consequences of negligence like burning leaves or throwing out a cigarette butt can be devastating. People could have lost their homes, Watson said. We could have lost firefighters. This is very serious. United Kingdom. Going green, impact of wood burners on air pollution. Yahoo News UK Wood. People are often shocked that wood-burning stoves emit 750 times more particulate matter than a modern HGV truck. United Kingdom, Birmingham. All the new wood-burning stove rules explained as homeowners given £300 warning. Birmingham Live. Households who use wood-burning stoves in pollution hotspots could face £300 fines and even a criminal record, as the government vows to improve. New York, Rome. Virginia wildfire smoke wafts into New York. News, RomeSentinel.com. Rome Sentinel. AirNow.gov reports the particle pollution for the Utica/Rome area. Oregon, Eugene. Weather status. Eugene Daily News. Oak Ridge. The air quality index is 53 in the moderate category measuring particulate matter. Homewood heating advisory, yellow, caution, B. Canada, British Columbia, Burns Lake. Expect smoke as crews burn piles from Shovel Lake wildfire. Vanderhoof Omaneka Express wood debris near Grand Forks and Christina Lake as early as this Friday. James and Burns Lake. For information regarding the ventilation index. China. 2023 Canadian wildfires impacted air quality as far away as Europe. China-Eurasia Review. The concentration of fine particles with diameters of 2.5 microns or less, termed PM 2.5, the particulate matter that is most dangerous, as India, Delhi. Delhi AQI very poor, toxic air can lead to depression, anxiety, respiratory problems, says ETV Bharat. Even the recent studies across the globe and in India have shown and they link air pollution exposure, particularly particulate matter 2.5 with India, Delhi. Delhi's air quality continues to be very poor. DigiWorld.com. At Sirfort, the AQI with PM 2.5 concentration was at 351 under the very poor category, while PM particulate matter 10 was recorded at 232 in the India, Delhi. Delhi's air remains in severe zone. Hindustan Times PM 2.5 formation, it said. Biomass burning had contributed 28% on Thursday and the contribution from vehicles was 26%. The impact of stubble. India, Delhi. 9 severe air days in over 2 weeks. City beats last November's record. Delhi News. The Indian Express PM 2.5 levels peaked at 90% at 9 a.m. Friday, and this is a little less than the 5.85% contribution of stubble burning to PM 2.5 levels on Thursday. India, Delhi. Very high air pollution event in Delhi couldn't be explained by crop residue burning. Science X, particulate matter less than 2.5 m in diameter, PM 2.5. This is not for first time and will not be for the last as well until the policymakers. India, Kolkata. Faster wind curtailed Kolkata Diwali night air pollution in 10 hours. Telegraph India. The PM 2.5 concentration rose from 9 p.m., peaked between midnight and 2 a.m. before dropping at around 6 a.m.